When vicious bandits assault a caravan of travelers in 1850s Japan, a little red-haired kid called Shinta becomes the lone survivor when a passing swordsman slays all of the bandits before they can also kill the youngster. The swordsman, known as Hiko Seijiro, is a master of the strongest of all sword forms, Hiten Mitsurugi. Hiko is impressed when the boy buries all of the dead, including the bandits, and decides to take Shinta as his apprentice. He then renames the boy Kenshin, a name he considers to be more appropriate for a swordsman. After several years of training, Kenshin leaves his master, against Hiko's wishes, to take part in the Bakumatsu revolution poised to overthrow the Tokugawa shogunate. He joins the Choshu Ishin Shishi and soon works for their leader, Katsura Kogoro, as an assassin. Kenshin quickly becomes a hardened killer, feared far and wide as the Hitokiri Batosai. In 1864, during a successful nighttime assassination in the streets of Kyoto, he kills a bodyguard named Kiyosato Akira. This encounter with Kiyosato leaves Kenshin with the first half of his cross-shaped scar on his left cheek. After killing a fellow skilled assassin sometime later, Kenshin meets a beautiful woman named Tomo, who unknown to him was Kiyosato's fiancée. Kenshin contemplates killing her for witnessing his actions, but decides to instead take her to the inn that he and other swordsmen of the Choshu clan are residing. Tomo agrees to stay and work as one of the inn's servants. Katsura suspects a spy among the Choshu after Kenshin informs him of the assassin he killed. During this time, Kenshin and Tomo grow close to each other as she helps him slowly regain his humanity after realizing how tortured he is internally over his role as an assassin. After the Ikedeya incident in Kyoto, Katsura arranges for Kenshin and Tomo to hide in the remote village of Otsu as a married couple in order to avoid suspicion. After a few months living in peace together, Tomo's brother, Anishi, comes to visit their house and secretly reveals to his sister that the shogunate agents assigned to kill Kenshin are close by, and that they will soon avenge her dead fiancé. Tomo sends Anishi off, feeling ill at ease. It is by this time that Tomo has truly fallen in love with Kenshin, and he with her, and no longer seeks revenge. The next morning, Tomo leaves their house while Kenshin is still asleep, and she tries to deceive the shogunate men into giving up their pursuit of Kenshin. When this fails, she unsuccessfully attempts to kill their leader. After his wife's disappearance, Kenshin is visited by a comrade who tells him that Tomo is the spy they were looking for and that she is meeting at that moment with her co-conspirators. He also reveals to Kenshin who Tomo's fiancé was. Kenshin, however, is unaware that it is this comrade of his who is the real spy among the Choshu clan. While heading to Tomo's location, a heavily shocked Kenshin faces and kills 3 of the 4 shogunate agents but becomes badly injured due to his traumatized state. While Kenshin is fighting with the agent's leader, a fistfighter, Tomo steps in between the two to protect Kenshin from the leader's killing blow. This allows Kenshin to kill his enemy, but in doing so, he unintentionally strikes down Tomo with his sword as well. Before she dies in her husband's arms, Tomo uses her dagger to cut the second half of Kenshin's cross-shaped scar on his face. Kenshin is devastated by Tomo's death and later vows to never kill again in honor of her life, after bringing about the new age desired by Katsura for Japan. Katsura informs Kenshin that he had a new assassin kill the real spy and take over all further assassination jobs for the Choshu clan, but requests that Kenshin now serve as a guerrilla swordsman to help fight the shogunate more directly on the front lines. During these final years of the Bakumatsu, Kenshin clashes with the Shinsengumi captains Okita Soji and Saito Hajime, among others, while Tomo's spirit is seen comforting him in his sleep. After the shogunate's final defeat in 1868, the Hitokiri Batosai vanishes and leaves his blood-stained sword behind. Sometime later, Hiko Seijiro returns to the gravesite where he first met the boy Shinta, and he notices that one of the grave markers now has Tomo's blue shawl wrapped around it. Despite having never met Tomo, Hiko bows his head in sadness as he seemingly understands the tragedy his apprentice has experienced. He then looks up to the sky while recalling the moment he gave Shinta the name Kenshin. If you loved this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on another one. Until next time.